Hey guys, Chris from Hockey Tutorial here, and today in this video we're filming again at Romford Ice Rink with the Romford Raiders, and we're going to be taking a look at types of shot. Now what I mean by this is that there's a lot of different shots that you can take on the ice, whether it be a slap shot, a wrist shot, a snap shot. Now how effective each of those shots are can be definitely argued in terms of which shots have the biggest success rates in hockey in general. So what we're going to be breaking down is when you should actually be considering using these different types of shots, which ones are the most effective and which ones score the most goals in hockey in general. And of course, hopefully this video is going to help you and show you which types of shots you should be practicing and maybe give you a little bit of insight into how you should be processing your thoughts on the ice so you know exactly when to take a specific type of shot. Now, of course, for the purposes of this video, we're going to be handing over to Coach Clint, who's going to break down all of these tips for you.
Hi guys, so today we're going to be looking at what types of shot to use and when to use them when determining on the positions that you are on the ice. So first off, before we talk about any shots, I just want to go through a little bit of awareness talk, because awareness is definitely one of the most important things to think about when you're on the ice, determine when to shoot, okay? So the first thing, where are you on the ice? Are you in the high slot, top of the circle, blue line? Depending on where you're on the ice is depending on what shot you're going to want to be using. Also, a good one is, where are the opposition players? Are the opposition players right next to you? Do you have 2 or 3 seconds before someone's going to make it to you? Or do you have more time in the world to make sure you've got the right shot at the right time? Also, where is the goalie? Is the goalie out of position? Is he too far out of his net? Are they sliding across because somebody's made a pass to you? That's really probably the main 3 points that you want to be thinking about before you take the shot, because obviously depending on where you are on the ice and where the players are, all depends on what type of shot is going to be best for you to use at that moment in time. So first off, we're going to talk about a slap shot. Shea Weber definitely is probably one of the hardest slap shots in the NHL at the minute. It's also the most fun to practice. Everybody wants a big booming slap shot from the blue line, but also you need to remember it's probably the least used shot in the game today. The success rate on goals isn't as high as probably the other 4 shots that can be used, so bear that in mind. Also, it requires a lot of time to set the shot up right. Obviously, it's a real slow releasing shot, so you're not going to have the quick release that you might need if you were further down. So I would probably only use this when you're up on the blue line. It's a good shot to use if you've got screens in front of the net, because it's very powerful, and it's probably the hardest shot in the game as well. So it's really good to try and get it through traffic to get it on net. Secondly, let's talk about the wrist shot. So the wrist shot, first off, Alex Ovechkin, definitely probably the best wrist shotter in the NHL at the moment. So if you watch NHL, definitely watch him, because he's really got it down to a T. Wrist shot is definitely one of the quickest shots in the game. So remembering that is going to help where you are on the ice to when you use it. It's probably the most used shot in terms of score rate, because it's very accurate when you use it. Probably the most accurate shot to use in the game, but remember, it's still not the quickest shot to use in the game today. With the wrist shot, there is definitely a quicker version, which is the release is a lot quicker, where you kind of pull it into your body and then a quick release. Secondly, there's a bit more of a slow release shot, but it's probably more powerful when you're using the wrist shot. Is pull it back sort of behind your back leg, you transfer your weight through to your front, and then you release a shot from there. A little bit slower, but probably a lot more powerful. Where to use it on the ice, the best is probably if you're coming down one of the wings and you've cut across and you're coming in on your forehand. Definitely when you've got a little bit more time to set up for the shot. High slot's probably a good one if you're receiving the pass from either corner and you've got a little bit of time to receive the pass and then use the shot. But definitely wrist shot is definitely one that I would practice at home. So the wrist shot is definitely the most accurate shot in the game. Definitely one that you want to be practicing. 50% of your shots that you want to practice, definitely I would be practicing the wrist shot. Snap shot. Tarasenko is definitely probably one of the best in the world at the moment for this shot. It's quite a hard shot to master, but when you master it, the unexpected release catches goalies off guard and also D-men off guard. You definitely need to be using it maybe in mid-stride. So if you're bursting down the wing and you've gone past the defenseman and the goalie's cheating a little bit because he thinks you're going to pass on a 2-on-1, or you just want that quick release where he doesn't even know that the shot's coming. So definitely practice the snapshot. With the snapshot, there's little or no indication to when you're going to use it, so it really does catch the goalie off guard at times. Using the snapshot in a rebound situation is a really good time to use it, because you're not really going to have much time on your hands. If you're picking up a rebound, there's going to be a player there, so definitely using it on rebounds. Let's move on to backhand. Sidney Crosby is definitely probably the best player at the moment in the world to be using this shot. Personally, I think it's a really hard shot to master. It's not an easy shot to practice as well. There's quite a bit of technique to it, but definitely one you want to be practicing. It can be really well used when you're deking the goalie. If you're close into the goalie and you need to get the puck upstairs really quickly, then definitely a backhand is a good shot to be using. It also catches defensemen off guard. If you're on your backhand, he's probably not thinking you're going to use that shot. Same with the goalie. Also, half the time the player probably doesn't even know where the shot is going to end up in the net. So that's really hard for a goalie to read. He or she might think you're going to shoot, not shoot, and then all of a sudden the release is there and the puck's in the back of the net. Okay, so let's talk about the one-timer shot. So the one-timer shot can be broke down into two different shots. So you've got the one-timer snapshot and a one-timer slap shot. Again, Ovechkin is probably the best in the league at the moment, especially when he's on the power play. It's just such a quick shot to use, because without even receiving the puck, you've already shot. So there's no time at all for the goalie to set, or if the puck's coming across from the opposite side of the rink and you want to use that shot, it's definitely the best shot to use at that moment on the top of a power play. If you're on top of the circles, or even if you're in the high slot, that shot comes out from the high slot, you're going to score probably 50% of the time, especially if the goalie's not ready. Always make sure to use this shot when the goalie's not ready. Sometimes you're going to have 50% of the net to use. It is quite a hard shot to master. There's a lot of technique in a one-timer. There's a lot of weight transfer and stuff to talk about. So talking about the one-timer snapshot, this one's probably best to use when you don't have as much time. If the pass has come across and you've already been aware that defenseman's really close, then just a short one-timer snapshot's definitely going to be the better shot to use at that point. Obviously, the one-timer slap shot, if you're going for just ultimate power, probably not so much accuracy, but you're going for a lot more power, and you've got more time to use it, then definitely go for the one-timer slap shot. So guys, just to finish, all the shots we've been talking about and the areas that we've been covering and saying that these are the shots you should be using, obviously these are all based on success rates and the type of shots that are most successful in them areas. Obviously you can use any shot at any moment, at any time you want on the ice. We feel that these are the best times to use these shots.
As always, guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and a big thank you to the Romford Raiders and, of course, Romford Ice Rink for making this video possible. All of the links that you're going to need are down below for other videos that we've shot that show you how to take a wrist shot, a slap shot, a snap shot. All of those will be down below. But if there's anything that you want to see that's similar to this video, or any suggestions that you have for future tutorials or tip videos, please leave them down below in the comments section. As always, thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. And a big thank you to the Romford Raiders and Romford Ice Rink for making this video possible.